Moon Meander. Kill them. Beat the Zoomers. Just kidding. Don't do it. Those are my friends.
Welcome back, everyone, to BTS Pro Series. We're in the third season here, and we have game number 2 of CR4ZY versus 4Zoomers. So got some spicy NA action going on for you today. Have a little bit of drama behind these two teams as well. But interested to see if, 4Zoomers can get themselves back into this match, because it is an elimination match. Joining me today is, of course, Jenkins Dota as my wonderful analyst, and of course, Pythian is running the stream side production. So what do you think we're going to see this time, Jenkins?
Hello. I think probably Zoomers is going to pick something that's more what they want to play, if that makes sense. I mean, I know they play Drow. Like this is a Drow team, right? But I don't I don't know if they wanted to play Drow in the last game. I don't think the Venge necessarily means like, oh, this is 100% going to be a Drow game. I think they could have Luna'd the Bloodseeker Venge, like that already is a good combo. You could Medusa Venge, but it's just the TB pick that kind of baited it. So that's really all that I think that they're going to pivot in this draft. And I don't think you really want to pivot anything else because, you throw too many spices in and sometimes it's a little bit too spicy. You want to test with just like one spice, add a little bit more salt. But I don't know. This is a terrible analogy, but
this is as I'm learning a lot about how you cook personally right now.
Well, that's joke's on you. I don't cook anything.
I was worried about when you were messaging people on Twitter about cooking in Kiev, and you were saying that you couldn't convert the Fahrenheit and Celsius for your oven. I was like, oh god, he's gonna die.
Oh, listen,
he's gonna burn down his apartment.
I almost burnt down an entire block of apartments.
I
didn't realize that like 200 Celsius that's really hot, apparently.
Yeah, it is. That is very, very hot.
There's it's like the numbers are smaller, but the heat is higher, which really pissed me off. And
I'm sure pissed off everyone in the building as you were lighting it on fire too. But
yeah, the firemen were not happy.
Spicy drafts. We got an Ocean Earth Spirit, which we talked about that, they want to play their own game over on the side of Zoomers. And this is definitely a comfort pick coming out for Ocean. But on the same side, you've got Crazy, they've got the Nature's Prophet and the Tiny.
Yeah, this Earth Spirit, this is Ocean's best hero by like a wide margin. He is so damn good at Earth Spirit. I think 90% of the clips that I see on Reddit where it's like, Ocean, this guy, he's the best player on 4 Zoomers. He's a tier 1 player. Like everything that's praising him, it's always an Earth Spirit clip. Almost always. This guy is so good at this hero. And then Sammy Boy, like probably Terrorblade is his best carry hero. Other than like Ursa, if it's an Ursa patch. But they're going with 100% comfort in this game. So man, I thought they were going to pivot, but I didn't think this hard. Like this is 100% committing to we are going to play just what our best heroes are.
I mean, this is make it or break it time, Jenkins, right? Like if you don't win this match as Zoomers, you're out. You're done. You're going home. You're waving goodbye to the BTS Pro League here. And you don't want that to happen. You want the chance to go up against Quincy Crew in the grand final because let's face it, Quincy Crew is just so flippin' strong right now. That seems to be the general consensus coming out from each one of these tournaments. Maybe they might get unseeded, but you want that chance. You want to go up against these big boys. You want to go up against Thunder Predator, all of these guys, Beast Coast. So it's the make it or break it time. So bring out the cheesy picks, bring out the comfort picks, get yourself back into this game, and then see if you can just get yourself that win. But
if we're going 100% comfort, let's see, what are we gonna get for Husky? Maybe like a Husky Chen, something like that. I don't know what. I don't know. Husky doesn't like. Husky, to me, seems like a player that's comfortable on almost anything.
I've seen him play a lot of heroes throughout
Witch
the
Doctor?
tournament.
Husky Witch Doctor? I could see that.
Witch Doctor's always good.
He's a big fan. Good against the natures. Anyway, let's see. Let's analyze this crazy draft too. It's harder to analyze when they're not just picking like raw comfort heroes. I mean, it's not like Nature's Prophet's not a comfort hero. Bryle has played this a lot of times in pubs. We've seen the mid Nature's Prophet.
So is HFN.
Right. Kezu's like
super flex.
Kezu's one of the more prolific Nature's Prophets on the planet. So like it's most likely going to be a Kezu Natures, but HFN can play it as well. So it's a very flexible pick. We've seen Bryle Tiny too. He plays this. Of course, Moonmander can play it. Any 4 position right now knows how to play Tiny. It's like an S tier hero. So it depends. They could go with the Bloodseeker still on Crazy if they wanted to run off lane, run a safe lane or mid Nature's Prophet. And once again, going with comfort, we have the Gunner Invoker. The only other hero that I could think that's like more comfortable for him would be like the Ember.
The Monkey King too, occasionally, but I don't think that's something that you want to pick up necessarily right now. Invoker's pretty safe though. Does give you the advantages of being able to, participate in ganks if you want. You can also buff up your Terrorblade. You can make things happen without having to leave your lane as well. So
yeah, they have this like Alacrity, Solar Crest, Terrorblade, BS. It's really hard to deal with. And once again, similar to the last draft with like the Venge and the Bloodseeker, I think if you want to beat this and you're crazy, either you outpace it by just going like Nature's Prophet, Beastmaster, that sort of thing, and you just win the game early, or you need some sort of hyper carry and amplification as well. There's no in between. You could also go with like a Faceless Void if it wasn't banned and just win by literally chronosphering the TB. There's a few approaches to how to deal with this, but you need to go with one of them. Like you need to solve this, otherwise you just lose to these heroes. It's too easy to play Invoker TB. There needs to be some sort of solution.
Can you take something faster? Can you go for something like a gyrocopter potentially?
Sure, yeah, for sure. I think if you go with the gyro, you probably want to double down on the tower push and get like a Beastmaster as well with that. Something like that. Just to, because gyro will kill the heroes, but you need somebody to kill the towers. And if you're trying to end the game early in this patch, like you need a lot of tower push, not just a Nature's Prophet. But
yeah,
we'll see. There's a few solutions.
Well, they go for the Crystal Maiden. That's something that Aoi really enjoys playing. That's going to be able to go and give you some good potential of being able to move around, perform some ganks. That root is especially excellent as well. The Arcane Aura, not quite as good until you get some later levels in it. I don't think that's necessarily the reason that you're picking her up, but it is always nice to be able to spam some of those spells just a little bit more.
Yeah, that aura does feel pretty bad right now.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Let's see. For Zoomers.
What do you think?
More comfort.
Husky or Monkeys here? I feel like when Monkeys has a really good game, the four Zoomers tend to do better. Whether it's something like his Tidehunters, very, very good. It's always fun to watch him play that. Or I'm trying to think, the other big ones, obviously, the Nature's Prophet already picked up, and the Bat Rider, I believe, is banned very, very early on. So what else did we see?
You probably go for Husky's hero now. I think possibly a reason that Aoi picked up the CM is anticipating a possible Chen that could come out. I think Chen would be great for Zoomers just to secure that TB's safe lane. It would do really well against like the Nature's Prophet as well. Let's see. Witch Doctor would be good for the lane against the Nature's Prophet, but it doesn't exactly play into this like Invoker TB Alacrity, the TB sort of thing. Like there's no real synergy there. It's just a good hero. You could once again go with the Vengeful Spirit. That's still in the pool.
Thoughts
buff
on an
up
ogre?
that TB. The only thing with the ogre.
Oh,
okay,
I like this.
Sure. So I was concerned with the ogre for the same reason that I'm a bit concerned with the ET. Just that I feel like you have Earth Spirit, melee hero, Elder Titan, melee hero, Terrorblade, melee hero when he doesn't have meta. You can get totally run over in this TBET lane for sure. If they do run the ET as a 5, maybe they're going to run it as an offlaner, and Monkeys Forever will play it. Really great against the PL. I suppose if you're Zoomers, you know that a lot of the remaining picks for carry are Agi heroes. I mean, that's just kind of the patch. It's like Agi heroes and then Sven. Occasionally Nakes, but you wouldn't want to Nakes into TB.
No.
So, kind of, once again, we're seeing a kind of pick into a counter situation here because of like it's just forced in the draft, which is always interesting to see.
Is it a bit of an insurance policy too? So that way, if the game starts to go later, you do have kind of this ace in your pocket sort of thing. If they go in for Roche, you've got the advantage of being able to go Echo Stomping in there, followed up with the Earth Splitter, or
10 seconds remaining.
Is it something like that as well? Do you think?
I definitely like the Zoomers draft a lot more if we do go late. PL is more of a counter to the TB now that you can't use the Q. I don't remember what it's called, reflection on illusions. So and the fact that Sunder actually costs mana, so you at max level, so you can mana burn the TB and he can't Sunder. So PL is actually pretty good against the TB. I think PL is just a worse hero. He's just lower in the tier list than TB is. TB is a much stronger carry. And then once again, like you said, like you have this ace in the hole of the Elder Titan against any Agi hero. You reduce the armor to 0. Like PL's not going to go for an AC. Maybe he will in this game, but it's still rough to play into this ET. And then we have so many amplification heroes on Zoomers. You have Earth Spirit's probably going to pick up a Veil. You have Invoker who can Alacrity, Solar Crest to TB. You have Elder Titan that's going to be pulling everybody's armor, base armor down to 0. I really like this Zoomers draft. I think if Crazy wants to win this, they need to completely run over the lanes. They need to snowball. I think Zoomers has won this draft so far, and it's hard to see like one pick that can make Crazy's draft better than the Zoomers draft. The Zoomers draft has so much synergy right now.
I think, like you said, it's going to come down how the laning goes too. With that tiny pickup as well, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of global, or not global, but with the Nature's Prophet being able to teleport in, with the tiny who's going to be roaming around quite a bit, I think they're going to put a lot of pressure still on this map, which is a little scary.
You could Zeus. Zeus would be a pretty good pick. You are playing into a Quaswex Invoker, most likely, and then you are playing into an Earth Spirit who's one of the greatest like TP rotators in the game. You can kill a Zeus, but Zeus would definitely destroy the TB illusions. Good in the late game against the Invoker. Doesn't really care about these melee heroes, Earth Spirit and ET. But it's a tough Zeus game. And then, of course, as you mentioned, you have the double global with the tiny to set up. That's always really nice.
Looks like Crazy's trying to figure out what they want to do here. I know that, I think, who was I looking at the other day? They did pick up a Zeus yesterday, but all the games are starting to run together in my brain at this point. We've seen so many of these matches. It's a great time to be a Dota fan and see all of these NA matches, but they do start to run together after a while. Leshrac
also seems like it's a pretty safe. I think Leshrac is a bit safer than Zeus, but Zeus, if you do get to the late game, will look a lot better.
Oh, moment of truth.
Huh.
They go for the puck instead. So they're not, I guess they are doubling down a little bit just with the Nature's Prophet and the Phantom Lancer being able to take those towers. And they're relying on Brile to really be very, very active early on and make these rotations and cause problems. I guess they do have really good ganking capability, right?
The question is it going to be a Brile puck, or will we see like a Kezu puck, Brile mid, Nature's Prophet? Technically, you could puck as a 4 Moon Meander puck, and then you could core the tiny too.
It's a lot of melee on the side of Zoomers.
Wow! Yep. Good, great puck game. I think putting puck as a core definitely is solid in this game.
It's gonna be Brile puck. They put Kezu on the Nature's Prophet.
Puck when this hero's played as a core is definitely much better against the illusions of the Terrorblade. It's not like a Zeus where it's like a late game answer, but it is once you get some early levels. It's a great like early to mid game answer to the illusions. Like the silence and the orb will clear through those very easily, especially with a possible Veil or double null talisman.
But a puck's not enough to carry a game if HFN starts to have difficulties. The only thing I'm a little concerned about. I've seen some really, like Leo Style especially, right? That guy is an amazing puck player. I've watched him pop off, but if the other lanes don't do well, there's only so much that a puck can do.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's a last pick puck though, so other than the Underlord, it does feel to me like if you coil a TB Invoker ET Earth Spirit, I think all of these heroes individually will die to a coil. I think Underlord really is the only one that will survive a coil with a normal amount of farm. Like a normally farmed Invoker will die to a puck coil. Because what is he going to have? Like drums, double null, something like that. Not enough HP. Underlord will get a hood. He'll survive it, but these other heroes will definitely die to a coil. So I do think that it's a, for... This is it's a decent puck game. I mean, I don't think Puck is like a particularly broken hero, but when it's a good game for Puck, it's a good game for Puck. It's just really like how good is the coil? That's the most important thing with this hero.
Well, I think there's one thing that we're forgetting too is the fact that you do have Moon Meander on that tiny. Tiny can potentially just snap that coil with a toss too, which is a very nice interaction. So.
Yeah, 100%. And then you also have like the Nature's Prophet. You mentioned with the tiny setting up on people, like Puck can set up on people too. And Nature's Prophet can TP in. Even without a TP, just Puck getting that little bit of extra damage I shouldn't say a little bit of extra damage because Wrath of Nature actually hits like a goddamn truck. But the damage from Wrath of Nature plus Puck is enough to solo kill most of these Zoomers heroes.
Not exactly the tankiest aside from the Underlord, like you said, but
yeah, if Puck's game is good, of course all of this analysis just falls out the window completely if like one lane goes poorly or one person completely outskills somebody, and like let's say Sammy Boy has a huge item advantage. It's like, well, okay, PL's not a great counter to TB then. Because one extra item in Dota is with not having so many leagues here in the next few months, and with the support of the region looking like it's not doing too hot.
We're taking it to the streets, Jenkins. We got street Dota now here in NASA.
Yeah, I think you know, becoming one continent, becoming one with each other is definitely, you know, the more the merrier. We need as many allies as we can get.
You sound like we're going to war.
We are going to war, okay? Those damn Europeans and CIS and
careful, dude. You just got hired by the
I know.
They're gonna hear that. They'll be like, that Jenkins.
But
did they call you the American the entire time you were there? That's what they used to do at the Join Dota.
No, actually, in Ukraine, they're very like aware of Canada existing, which is great. Nice. Nobody forgot that I was Canadian, which was nice. no offense, no offense. I love America, you know, but I love Canada as well. This is the greatest country. Sorry about that. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. You Saskatchewan loon.
Canada bad. Oh god, I love it. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Sounds like Trent is here now.
What's going on here?
There's a lot of scuffling over here. They really want to ensure that they pick up these runes.
Ocean, he's top. Kezu, man, you think you're strong, but
he's just rolling on in. They've got the meta, they've got the slow, they've got everything, and that was a nice avalanche. But Moon Meander still manages to snap up the rune, and they didn't manage to get the kill. So I'm not sure. It was a lot of flashy plays going on, but Monkey's in the bottom lane. Wow, look at the damage he took just from HFN over there. Oof.
The worst thing here is that Sammy Boy's meta is about to run out. The creeps are about to meet, and he's trying to do the zoning thing because he used meta, so he's trying to make up for the fact that he used his meta. But they still have 3 heroes here. Punishing him. He can't do this.
That's slow coming out again. The nukes. They're strong.
Very well played by Crazy. Even that wraparound on the rune with Moon Meander to counter the Earth Spirit, that was super nice. Waste that meta. This hurt Zoomers a lot to start the game.
It's like they've had enough with the scuffling here in the top lane. They're going to send Ocean back bottom. Aui's already made his way back as well. So, a good start though, like you said, for the side of Crazy. That's not how you want that Metamorphosis to go the first time you use it. It'd be a bit difficult now.
I mean, as a rule of thumb, usually these TB players just literally don't ever meta for the first rune fight. Because it's so punishing to do that.
I felt like they thought maybe it was more of a sure thing, but...
Oh, they definitely did. They definitely thought it was a sure thing. There's no doubt about that. But they got wrapped around by Moon Meander. Now he was there too.
Yeah, there was a lot of people up there for that top fight, which I'm not sure if they were necessarily ready for. Otherwise, it's pretty quiet. Just kind of trading a little bit back and forth. Bottom lane seems to be going pretty well. Just in general, no one really taking a definitive lead at this time. Mid lane going great for Bryle.
Yeah, he's destroying. I mean, they have like roughly the same base damage. He's gonna get the courier too, I think. Oh, he's not gonna.
I thought about it. Thought about it.
Bryle, see, he's safe. He's playing safe.
This is like if you had seen Bryle like a year ago, he would have been so dope for that courier.
100%.
He would have been up there, but I mean that's what happens when you have more time to, you know, play these matches, get a good feel for your limits. Is that you don't make this. All right, but the roll in coming out from Ocean doesn't quite manage to land over here as they tried to make the play. Still has that orb up though. Bryle getting a click off does cancel off the salve, so that's gotta hurt. Does manage to have another salve though, so.
Yeah, that was Ocean's. I mean, the thing is, it is a Quas Exhort Invoker too, so Quas Exhort, so he's not too unhappy about getting harassed down. Like once he gets that second point in Quas, he has basically infinity regen, which is quite nice.
Again, just quiet, back to farming. The Ocean. He wants to make some of these plays down here, but there's not much that you can do when you have an Underlord. At least not this early on with those levels. Top lane, some moves being made over onto KZ. Both he and Moon sitting very low. No regen left on either one of them, so it's like KZ's just gonna teleport home. He'll come back to lane after, and Moon's just gonna have to chill. But the first blood does actually fall over onto Owie now as Monkey's playing ring around the Rosie here. Is gonna get taken down by HFN. Ocean just doesn't have the damage, and the Sunstrike was not on the mark, so HFN gonna be able to survive this.
Owie will TP back in, give him salve, some regen. He actually has 2 salves on Owie, this is a no-tail classic. He's been doing this, just buying massive amounts of salves and giving it to his carry. Seems to be the strat these days.
I mean, HFN's having such a good lane down here. He's 19 and like, or 18 and 8 or whatever. But yeah, it's just... And back around again over on Monkeys. They have so much slow, too, with the Spirit Lance. You have to be careful, though. Ocean's waiting nearby.
Even into a counter, HFN is doing very well. I think giving him the early levels and having some people, like, they tri-lane top for a little bit, I think giving him the first wave was the right choice.
It's a good dodge here from HFN. He saw that roll in from Ocean, like, from a mile away. Moon Meander making his way down here to the bottom lane. Does have the Tranquil Boost, so he's pretty fast. I don't think he's going to be fast enough, though, to go and grab a toss back, but we'll be able to help secure the 5-minute rune over on the bottom portion, and Ocean will have to go and grab the top.
I would like to point out that it just died, but the bottom lane ward, they had both teams had one on literally the exact same spot. So I feel like somebody saw somebody ward in this game.
Oh, that's a good pick. How did they get Sammy Boy's courier?
That's a good question, Moxxie, because I saw Kezu standing in his tower, so...
Yeah, how did...
I don't know.
Did it just wander off by the shop over on the side or something? I don't know.
Must have been a miss micro, or maybe he sent it to the... I don't see why he would send it to the secret shop.
Exactly, I don't understand either. But somehow they managed to find it. I figured it would be the Nature's Prophet who found it, but...
Yeah, he did.
Don't know. Alright, well, we have 3 heroes over on the side of 4 Zoomers up in the top lane, trying to protect Sammy Boy. And some movement over here on the mid lane. Gunner has been not having the greatest time here. Doing all right, but there's the Dream Coil like we talked about, and the follow-up from the Crystal Maiden. Cold Snap, he's thrown out over onto Brawl. They'll throw out an orb. See the rotation. KZ behind the tower. It's like they're thinking about trying to put some pressure here in this mid lane.
Gunner was playing really far back because of this high ground ward, and they know. Why would he play so defensively there, unless he sees this happening? Now he doesn't, though. He doesn't see Tiny wrapping around.
Just gotta be careful. I mean, they do have the Elder Titan and Ocean nearby, but... I don't know. Moon Meander running into Ocean. They'll throw out the Illusory Orb, get a decent amount of damage off the toss back. The Echo Stomp over on the side as Moon Meander's taking too much damage, so he is gonna fall here. They still have not managed to really put that much damage on the mid tower. Feels like maybe a little bit of a waste for time here. But they did manage to keep the supports over in the mid lane. That's going to give HFN a little bit more breathing room, which he really enjoys.
Yeah, both carries getting breathing room, but with Zoomers, you have this TB versus Natures. You don't really care about Natures at all, and then PL is against an Underlord, and Underlord should do fine against a PL. It's supposed to be a counter, but HFN is doing exceptionally well in this matchup.
lot of movement here towards this top tower. They weren't successful in being able to take down the mid, but they want to put some more pressure over onto Sammy Boy. Does not have that Sunder skilled. Toss back with the... Oh, doesn't quite snap, though. Sammy Boy, he needs some help. There's going to be the silence thrown out. There's going to be the roll-in coming out from Ocean. The illusory orb getting thrown back out, trying to just disengage here from Bryle. It doesn't matter. He's already taken down by Ocean. Sammy says, I am out of here. See you later.
Yeah, when there's an Underlord in your lane, you just leave. He can hold the lane forever, and he's not really going to apply any pressure either, especially with that Metamorphosis on Sammy Boy, so may as well just TP bot and hit up some farm. Gunner too, he's playing Quas Exort. Like, Zoomers have a pretty greedy draft, honestly, so like nobody really does anything, you know? It's just Ocean. Gunner's not Quas Wex, so they don't have this like mid-hero to run around and get kills, and Underlord is not...
He's gotta be careful. Goes and uses the Sunder here, but...
HFN surprisingly does a lot of damage at this point. I think, once again, giving him that first wave was a really good choice because he essentially has mid lane levels right now. In fact, he's got more levels than Bryle does on puck.
He's having a great time, but KZY over here in the triangle is forced to try to use the trees to get away. Not going to be able to. Monkey's going to be able to go and connect that final hit.
Surprising they're getting kills. It's literally just Ocean setting everything up.
I mean, this is his hero. This is one of his best here, so.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
10-minute runes are going to be coming up in about a minute. The pressure's really on here on Sammy Boy. He came bottom figuring he'd have a little bit more breathing room, but HFN just relentless here. Does too much damage. This will be a little bit of a scuffle over here on the side. Husky getting held into place. Owie will be able to go collect himself the kill. Bryle just bouncing back over into the lines, managed to go and drop the Dream Coil. Roll forward, coming out over here, over onto Owie. Sammy should be able to go get this kill. So they'll collect. They'll manage to go and get a denial on the tower. KZY forced back, but still very neck and neck right now.
Man, KZY's level 5 at 10 minutes on an off-lane Natures. He is having a rough game. I mean, what's making up for it, though, is that HFN is looking like a complete monster once again, but his mid laner's not doing so hot either. Bryle is one level below Gunner. Getting a kill here would help. He has no coil, though.
He's used coil several times now, and it hasn't been super effective, unfortunately, and I think that's why he's kind of suffering. This is definitely a hero that does best when it's snowballing, and hasn't been able to go and find these kills.
Yeah, they don't really have anybody to do that extra damage that Puck needs. I mean, Nature's Prophet just got his 6, so now they have something. Okay, they see it. They see KZY.
Should be able to get out here, though. He's fine.
Man. He was right in the perfect place to not get scouted there with that TP.
It was close.
I like that he sprouted not on his hero either. He sprouted to the right of his hero, so that way Monkeys was thinking like, okay, is he in this sprout or is he next to the sprout? Like, he wasn't sure.
It's a dead Gunner. You know what's funny? The fact that Rupture, if you... Yeah, that... Sometimes, I guess. God, I walked into that one, huh? I was gonna say, the fact that, you know, you can get these Dream Coils, right? And you get the toss up into the air, but it doesn't count like a Rupture. Like, that's not distance traveled. It's inconsistent. So I feel like you should be able to snap if you toss into the air, too, if you're able to get the Rupture distanced.
I'm pretty sure it used to, but it doesn't anymore with the increased coil range.
Oh, okay. So it's just a little bit not enough now.
But I'm 90% sure that it used to. But the puck coil is actually quite large these days.
Look at the movement coming out now from the Zoomers.
Oh my
Puck's
god.
Gonna be very slippery to get your fingers on, though, as he sidesteps easily from Ocean. It's gonna get held into place again. That silence, though, by a little bit more time with the stomp. Again, just walks away. Moon Meander throwing out the avalanche. Tries to go for that, but it's not gonna be able to quite connect. It's close, but just not quite here. So looks like Zoomer's gonna be able to take this bottom tier 1, and they're immediately gonna jump in the Monkey's bus and make their way to the mid lane here.
mean, I know they lost the last game, Moxxie, but you don't need to call them a monkey's bus. That's right. What are you gonna call them, a clown car next? This is real rude.
Again, that's a nice dream coil landing over onto multiples, but they'll be able to go hold them into place. HFN rushing back in. Oh my god, they just melt Sammy Boy. He's just not there anymore. Gunner 2 next to fall. They'll let it go over on the side here. Monkeys is a big tanky boy, but he's actually getting held in place thanks to those triads. KZU finding himself in the kill on Ocean and on Monkeys. It's a massacre.
Wait, you can all chat that? I was literally just about to say, like, that Nature's ulti did so much damage with the Veil amplification, as well as I believe he's got. Oh, he actually has no null talismans. Yeah, that was just like a last tick Nature's ult. That's all that was with the Veil. And remember, that's with reductions. 517 damage with reductions. That's insane.
God, Sammy popped so fast he wasn't even able to get the Sunder off. Like, feels bad, man.
Oops. And this is the problem with TB at this point, is that he has Agi Treads, which I'm sure he was on Agi Treads there. He's got Yasha, he's got Wraithband. He doesn't really have any big stat items. It's all Agi items right now. He needs the Sanjin Yasha, he needs a Scotty, he needs a BKB to survive this damage. At the very least, he needs the Sanjin Yasha, because between the Puck, Veil, Waning Rift, and Nature's ult, it's enough to go full from 0, as we just saw, on every hero of Zoomers, other than, once again, Underlord.
I mean, he's getting closer and closer to that Pipe of Insight, but it's definitely really hard to be a Terrorblade right now with what they have that they can throw at you. Because a lot of the supports, they're looking very, very poor. You know, you look over at Ocean, he's doing a lot with his Earth Spirit, but all he really has right now is the boots. And then you go and you look at Husky, same sort of deal here. So this is rough until they can get some items on for Terrorblade or on the teammates to help protect him. He's very vulnerable, and they have really good capability over on the side of Crazy, especially with these boots of travel on Puck. He's just going to be everywhere, and wherever he goes, there's probably going to be KZU nearby.
I really love the bots. I really like these. We were talking about the Zeus for a bit there, and this is something that makes Puck that same level of global hero. Puck is one of the best heroes at just shoving creep waves. If you go for the Veil build, you still one-hit the creep wave with Waning Rift and an Illusory Orb. So no matter what, you're going to have this split pushing advantage with Nature's Puck. These heroes clear waves like none other.
Got a lot of advantages there. The roll forward, though. Stomp forward, stab forward, though. Here onto Moon Meander. They'll be able to protect him. Brow going in. Wrath of Nature is going to get thrown out. Plus the Crystal Maiden ultimate. This is not looking good for Ocean. He is going to pop as he'll turn right back around again. Though Brow taking a lot of damage. Is he going to be able to be out in time? Final hit comes out. Nope, Gunner. Be able to go collect this kill, and the hunt is on. They'll throw out Tornado, try to just push Owie back into the route that they want him to take. He's slowly getting stomped down here, but looks like Monkey says, yeah, this is nice and all, but we'll get the kill, and let's go right back over to that mid lane. There's still a tower to be taken. I wasn't sure if they were going to get the CM in time before the bus left.
Yeah, that was cool, actually. That was really cool that they knew that timing would work, and they were so confident they let it go off.
Do you think they were confident on it, though, or do you think they were just like, let's just Crystal Maiden?
I think it's a mix of both, but either way, it's like either a cool decision that Owie doesn't matter as much as the mid tower, or that they thought that they could get it before. Even like with the so meta just timed out. That was actually really cool from Zoomers. Lose or win this, like that was a super cool play, because Sammy got to take that mid tower with the last few seconds of his meta because they timed it like that. Whoever made that call, that was that was cool. Good job, Husky. Actually, I don't know who it was.
I like how you're like, whoever made that call, Husky, wink, wink, just like, okay, all right.
They all make calls. I know they all make calls on this team. But man, so HFN still just getting giga fat.
I mean, this is what HFN does best. He is well known. He is basically, you know, the. Remember how
Brazilian
Black
Hector?
was like that guy? I was gonna say, you know, I think of like Black's anti-mage, right? Like back in the day, when he was playing on pro teams and whatnot, like he would just farm up a storm, and they would say, you know, this guy was on par with him in South America. Now, of course, it's shifted a little bit to the younger blood, the Zoomy blood, where we've got Hector kind of taking over that crown, but. Bottom lane, plays are being made over here onto KZU. The toss up though, coming out from Umienda. They're gonna try to land it. No, they just can't get the Sunstrike in time. KZU trying to buy himself a little bit more time. Gunner, he's just biting off more than he can chew. Needs to be kept alive a little bit longer here, as Monkeys has already tried to keep him alive at the toss up. Gunner Gets taken down by Moon. Monkey's trying to leave. He's not going to be able to because all of a sudden the crazy boys are here and they're going to back each other up.
Fantastic baiting by CR4ZY there. Also great itemization. He's sitting on strength treads. He's got the casual cloak because at 450 gold, it's insanely value. He's got the mechanism, and he was also sitting on magic wand charges, so he baited Zoomers in there to think that they could kill him. Oh, it's a weak, lowly Nature's Prophet. Don't come get me. Just kidding. I've a Travel's Puck coming in behind you. Very nice baiting from him.
Paid off
his
in
TP
spades.
twice. He actually canceled his TP twice during that because he realized he could stay for longer and keep contributing.
God, I love plays like that. I really feel like that shows, you know, how much trust that you have in your teammates and also the fact that you know your limits on your hero. Definitely fun to watch.
Yeah, this does not necessarily work in pubs. This
Guys, I thought you said you were coming. Nah, I just wanted to go farm the triangle a little bit longer. It's fine. I'm not ready to fight yet.
Like, this is why a lot of pub natures will go for like the Orchid builds in the offlane, and it's actually not bad because you're making a lot more solo plays. But in competitive, you can always trust your team, or in like high-rated games if you can get those.
Thanks for rubbing it in, Jenkins.
Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. What would high-rated be for you, Moxxie? Would that be like 2K, 1K?
Wow.
God.
Someone got kind of mean after going off to Ukraine. Yikes.
It's just banter.
Yeah, it's just biz. All right, well, some plays being made over here onto HFN. CR4ZY already teleporting in. They've used the Metamorphosis. I don't think you want to take this fight necessarily. They're giving them a lot of time to set up here. Owie hiding over in the tree line. They spot him out immediately. That's going to be a dead Owie. Monkey's throwing out the tip. That's very cute, Owie, but unfortunately, you're not going to be able to live and hide there.
By the way, Moxxie, that was Bryle pinging him. He's like, just like, dude, you're dead. What are you doing there, bro? Dude, Zoomers is going to get a tier 2 at 19 minutes. They can go back and...
they're going to try to make plays, though. Jumped in, trying to take out Bryle first and foremost. Over to the side, though, Moon Meander trying to claw himself out. Nice Earth Splitter getting dropped in on the back lines. Oh, but they go in for the Sunder. They'll be able to go take it off of CR4ZY. Monkey says, all right, we got the tower. We don't need to go back on Gunner, thinking he might want to go for a little bit more of a chase, but they managed to go get the kill on CR4ZY. And efficient Dota right to the top lane. Let's go to hit clear some camps, push the wave out. Mission accomplished. Oh, and get some runes, too.
Ooh, DD right in front of Roche. But... okay, they're not gonna give it to TB. Without meta, it's
without the
really
meta, it's
for
too
them to
hard.
take Yeah. 17-minute items too. Let's see, what do we got here? I always forget the neutral items exist. Let's see. Speaking of being 1K, let me. Pupil's Gift. That's a really nice one to get on Natures when you're playing this sort of build because you get a bunch of armor and you get a bunch of HP, and you know, as an int hero, you wouldn't traditionally expect him to be tanky, but Nature's is very tanky.
HFN, the Echo Stomp will be able to go land it. They also have that net. The Nature gets tossed out, but there's so many people over here. They're going to be able to make it in time. Trying to top himself away, but nice avalanche with the ice wall. He's going to push them back here. Monkeys trying to run away from HFN, but just too much damage. That Deafening Blast just a little bit too late here. Spryle still on the hunt. The roll coming out, but they'll be able to go interrupt it using that Yule. So Ocean not going to be able to quite leave. This rooted up into place. HFN though needs to be careful. He's sitting very, very low. That Cataclysm just does so much damage. Sammy Boy turns it right back around again with the Sunder play, throwing out a tornado, hoping that they can go and grab anyone else here over on the side. Moon Meander though spotting out Bryle over on the side again. They do have the vision on them. They do have that ward up. Slow down just a little bit. Husky, they go, they pop the drum, they want Owie, and they're just going to chase after this poor Crystal Maiden. Echo Stomp connects, and the illusions, and Gunner will clean them up.
Shockingly, it's just HFN and Owie that die, though, despite that fight looking extremely good for CR4ZY. But this is, I mean, that's the big boy, you know? HFN, that's the hero you need to kill. I think that's his, let me see, is that his first death? Yeah, that's his first death.
I think he got a little too overconfident in the mid lane because he played up really, really far without the rest of his team being there.
He definitely did.
Zoomers definitely seeing that took advantage of it and made themselves a murder.
Sammy Boy, too. He just hitting creeps this whole time. I like his itemization. A lot of the time, I think people would consider you a griefer if you go for this butterfly second item on TB, but when you're against a PL, you know this hero doesn't like to build into Monkey King bar. He very likely will get it as like a 6th item or something. So the butterfly basically makes you immune to this damage that comes from the PL. And then he's kind of banking on monkeys to mech him and to pipe him in the fights to give him that effective HP to deal with the other heroes that are doing magic damage. So I think this is really cool itemization from Zoomers here.
Yeah, I noticed that, originally earlier on, he only had the Yasha. He was looking at queuing the S and Y just for that little bit of status resistance and whatnot, but I do like the way that he kind of changed it around a bit, depending on, what his team needed and how often that they were fighting, so.
I think Monkeys, too, being on this Underlord, it's not really a hero that spends too much time outside of just staying with the team and frontlining and fighting. It's not like he's some crazy split push hero or ganker or whatever, so you know that Monkeys is always going to be there 5-manning with you.
It's
So
just
he
kind of
can
a solid
buff you
choice,
up.
right? Like, it's kind of like putting a rock in your draft to just anchor yourself around.
It does. It's a very boring rock, though. I mean, most rocks are boring.
Not all rocks. There's some shiny rocks. Oh, look at this Earth Splitter, though, with the Cataclysm Dunner. Gets himself a double kill. Easy peasy. Doesn't even have to be there. Cool guys don't look at explosions.
That's a pretty cool combo between
The buyback. Owie
ET plus
Engie.
Cataclysm.
Owie Engie. They're going right back up and in again, walking right up into HFN. He just gets silenced up immediately. They're going to go hold him in a mouse. They'll find him again. He can't afford to get taken down here. It's very important. And already he's just immediately obliterated. It's a beautiful Dream Coil over onto the back line from Brow. But where's your follow-up? What are you going to do here? Owie throwing up in the air. He just fought back. This is looking like it's going to be a definite dieback over here for Owie. As they take him out, they've taken down HFN. No buyback on either one of them. And look at this. They know immediately. We cannot fight this Roach. KZ is already trying to push out the wave. You can see that Brial also doing the same. But this Roach belongs to the Zoomers.
I gotta say, I didn't initially understand why Gunnar chose to go for this Quas Exhort build. I mean, he's like kind of Quas Wex Exhort. It's a weird in-between that he did, but I didn't 100% understand why he went for this Cataclysm build. Given that he's got this, Alacrity for the TB. Usually you'll see a Solar plus Alacrity build that's Quas Wex for the TB. But with the Elder Titan, it does make a lot of sense. He's going for like a mix. He's going for the Teamfight Ultimate build, as well as this Alacrity build, which is really interesting.
Well,
Moon is certainly dead.
there's too many people here. Well, coming out from Ocean, a little bit of the body block, a little bit of the everything. They've already thrown out the tips.
Damn, even Monkey's getting involved in the tipping. He usually doesn't.
He's usually PMA.
And look how cheap he is, too. He tips Dota plus points instead of Battle Pass. That's
Yikes,
rude.
that's a really big insult.
That is extremely rude.
NA Dota, man.
I think that should warrant a ban. Like, BTS should definitely look into this. And could we get an admin in here? Where's Blaze at? And get him out. You can't be tipping...
Look, you can tip, but you can't tip the Dota plus points, guys.
No, not Dota plus points in this. I mean, all these teams are making bank from the tournament winnings. I don't understand how you can't afford to support the game by the
Shake my
battle
head.
pass.
All right, well, with Meander dead, they're going to just turn their attention over to this mid tower. Easy peasy. Still have that Aegis online that they just picked up here for Sammy. They'll use the fortification, though. We'll have Moon up in about 10 seconds, so... They know that they don't have everyone else, and Ocean just kind of playing here with Brial. He's gonna run around in circles over here. He's fairly tanky. There's the Yules. Middle tower is gonna get taken down during all this, but again, Ocean just kind of playing around here with Brial. Doesn't seem too concerned as in comes Gunnar. Maybe make the plays or roll forward. Doesn't quite connect over here onto Brial, though. He's gonna have to hide over onto the side. Does have that blink dagger, too. So they're just hunting each other back and forth, and it just feels weird. The movements around the map right now, Jenkins. We've got a fight chasing down here, tries to get the kill on Brial. Again, he's very slippery. It's very difficult to try to go and grab him. In fact, he goes backwards instead of forwards, so he's got his dancing shoes on. But while all this is going on, that Sunstrike's so close. Oh my god. So close. Need a little bit more damage.
Good space. They definitely need that right now.
What a chase. It's like a good 2 minutes of just chasing around a puck while HFN and KZ are in the top lane pushing out a wave and people are hitting all the other towers. That feels weird.
Yeah, this is definitely weird.
Okay, good. It's not just me.
No, this is definitely weird. Crazy is just like, I think they smoked into the Zoomer's jungle because they can't be in the triangle because that chase was happening. Okay, that's a Cataclysm for a Crystal Wave.
Cataclysm for that, but there's also a fight over here. Moon Meander trying to fight himself away. They use the Dream Coil, will hold them into place. They don't seem like they care too much. So Aoi does eventually get taken down.
So these are plays that need to happen from Zoomers. They need to run around and get crazy off of the map. Like, they shouldn't be allowed out of their base. But as you can see, the gold lead does slowly go towards crazy, or at least it stagnates while this is happening. And that's a terrible with the line.
That's a toss back. That's looking like a dead Moon Meander here. Yep. Gotta find the kill. It just feels like Crazy are just not invested right now to try to go and protect this. They don't have Moon Meander. They'll have Aoi up in a second, but I don't know about this. They did manage to go. They got the Underlord to teleport back, but the rest of the team just going to town over here. Throw a Veil out. Put a little bit more nuke damage down that they know the Underlord's not here, but of course Underlord does have his ultimate, so he can be back here in a flash. In fact, that's exactly what he does as he goes. He pushes back. They'll throw the trees around the racks a little bit longer, but the siege is just relentless right now. The MP Tornado thrown out over here onto Aoi and trying to just burn off some of HFN's mana right now. Sammy doesn't seem too concerned about this. HFN though going in again. He does have the Angel throw back in. HFN, he's not going to be able to survive this. He just gets obliterated. That is a dead Phantom Lancer for 60-something seconds. That's going to be the Aegis. Moon Meander managing to go and pop it, but this is looking like he's going to pop himself as he gets tossed right back onto the back lines. That is a dead Moon Meander. I think they're out of tips at this point, or else we see more coming out. Next Durax to go down, and it feels like the Zoomers just want to go for the finish here. No Phantom Lancer, no Tiny, and again, what can a puck do right now against this?
So he has cut the wave. The next one, Ocean, is ensuring that it goes in on the spot lane. Nobody TP to get this next wave, so Ocean's
Aoi, the Blink Core coming out, but again, Echo Stomp, that's a dead Aoi. Bryle's not looking too good. Aoi calls, good game, well played. Looks like the Zoomers managed to bounce back by picking the comfort picks.
So I think this game is obviously a number of things, as anything is at this level of Dota. But
what was that statement?
it's just like, it's something you say to like start what you're gonna say next, but it's just
Right.
it's so damn obvious.
Right.
But so number one, the draft, I think it was extremely good from Zoomers. The synergy between a lot of their heroes and the way that they itemized too was really impressive. Like Monkeys, he had a really boring game. You know, but he did his job. He did exactly what he needed to do. He bought the AoE regen items for his TB, which allowed his TB to itemize against the only other threat in the game, which was PL. So that was extremely nice. So there's that synergy. And then there is the Husky Elder Titan plus the Cataclysm synergy. And then there's the Alacrity plus the Terrorblade synergy. Like, there was so much going on in their draft this game. And I feel like with Crazy's draft, we saw glimpses of things, but it felt more so like they just had a bunch of good heroes that they wanted to play for the game, as opposed to a bunch of things that synergized together. So I think the Zoomers draft was just better. And then the way they played it too, like constantly playing super aggressive. That smoke where we saw them come up the high ground from the Roche when Aoi bought back and just immediately ending the game at that moment, all off the back of this really nice kill on HFN mid. They just played really fast once they hit their timing. Like, they went completely for the jugular there whenever they had the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, it definitely felt like they were making the right moves, and they felt more confident this game too. Like we talked about, some of the itemization choices were a little bit different. We saw that Sammy Boy, realizing that PL, he doesn't want to make an MKB, so he went for the second item, Butterfly, which again, do that in your pubs, they're going to be really, really angry at you. And also just some of the adjustments that were done were just really show that they were well thought out and they knew what they wanted to do with this draft. Whereas I feel like the other one, they kind of got baited into, picking that Drow Ranger by Aoi and kind of fell into this trap. So it looked really good this time around here for the Zoomers. Again, this is a best of 3 series and it is an elimination match, guys. So we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to find out if Crazy is going to be able to get themselves back into the game, or if the 4 Zoomers going to zoom just on forward through the lower bracket.